5, Counting on Butler County. We talked about how his stories are going. We just read like a page before, and they're talking about the spices, something sweet and peppery. It's taking a while to say it's recording. Maybe the recordings aren't working today. There it goes. Okay. So we just read about a page into chapter 35. Sorry. He's being interviewed on Counting on Butler County with Desiree Riggs. This segment runs every Monday evening during the news, and everybody around here knows about it because of Desiree. She has fancy hair and big city clothes and a gooey way of speaking that makes her sound like she's handing out cream-filled chocolate. Her voice goes low and she melts her words together. All that just to interview the locals. I watch her plenty of times on the set in the Blue River Commons. She comes on just about the time we line up for supper there. I wonder if Mom and the others are turning in now. I smile to myself when I imagine that we're doing the same thing tonight, even if it has to be in different places. I can almost hear Mr. Hasley. He loves to go all breathy and calling, "Hey, it's Desiree." That's how he says her name too, which makes the Rezes laugh. But everybody does listen to her show. Chocolate cream sucks you in and sticks. Sometimes it sticks to Miss Shoshona so much that she tries to sound like Desiree all through supper. She's no Desiree, but I don't tell her that. Desiree will interview almost anyone. A farmer with a bumper crop, a business owner, someone with a blue ribbon recipe for choke cherry jam, or the winner of the Rising City Elementary Spelling Bee. But tonight, it's Mr. Thomas Van Leer, and he's coming to us live. "Mom, it's time," Zoe calls over her shoulder. She picks up the remote. "Mom, you better come in here. You're going to miss it." She adds a few bars of volume. Mrs. Samuels, "Louise, do not knock over that trash can," clinks a spoon against her skillet and hurries around the countertop to be nearer to the screen. She bumps her hip on the way and says, "Oh, drat." Zoe pumps up the volume some more, and we are all three of us waiting to see Mr. Thomas Van Leer. "This is Desiree Riggs for Counting on Butler County." There she goes, melting the butter, pouring on the cream. Our guest this evening is our very own District Attorney, Thomas Van Leer. I have never seen anyone I know on television. It's strange to see Van Leer fill in the screen, so big and close. I can see him better now when he stands a few feet in front of me. He's Van Leer in high definition. Van Leer magnified. He's clean shaven, but I can see all the places his whiskers will sprout from. They look like tiny grains of sand. He has no wrinkles in his skin, but there's a map of pale blue veins on his temple. The camera moves out while the two say polite hellos. Desiree asks, "Mr. Van Leer, what brought you to Butler County?" Huge Van Leer fills the screen again, right? It's huge because the TV's big and it's kind of zoomed in on its face, so it makes him seem really huge. "Well, Desiree," he says, "I was attracted to Butler County because I felt this place was a place where I could make a difference as your district attorney. When I met my wife and her daughter, I knew within a few short weeks that I'd struck it lucky. I had a ready-made family. And I knew we were going to meet our challenges like every family does and tackle our obstacles together. That's exactly what we've done, and our glue grows stronger with each hurdle." I looked over at Zoe. She's sitting cross-legged on the floor, her elbows on her knee and her chin in her hand. I'm wondering if it's weird for her that her stepdad is talking about her. I wonder if he's making her mad. Her fingers drum on her lips. "Now, Desiree, you probably know that families and communities are built out of pretty much the same stuff," Mr. Van Leer says. I think of Blue River and decide that makes a lot of sense to me. I think of the award on the wall in Mr. Van Leer's office, and I figure that's why he won it. So, with an all-in approach, Van Leer makes a little fist. I thought, new family, new territory. I researched Butler and the surrounding communities, Rising City, and even tiny Surprise out there. He chuckled. Those are precisely the type of area I want to see better served. I'm a roll up your sleeves kind of guy, and I'll give you an example. When I learned there was a young member of our community, the boy the same age as our Zoe, who needed a suitable place to live, shall we say, I brought him. Oh, Desiree interrupted. Now you're referencing the boy from the Blue River Co-ed Correctional Facility. There's no chocolate, no cream when she says it. I feel like I've been dunked in ice water. Thomas Van Leer and Desiree Riggs are talking about me. I look at Zoe's mom. Her hand goes slowly to her mouth. She's losing color. On the TV screen, Van Leer dips his chin. He seems off track. Blue River is a minimum security prison, or facility, I mean. I'm in favor of a prison reform through the courts, and by that I mean reduced sentences for the nonviolent. Now, I'm not at liberty to be specific here, but I'm in the process of reviewing many, many cases. Now, when something, Van Leer's flustered, trying to bail out, irregularity came to my attention, I simply felt I wanted to it warranted investigation. Investigation, Desiree says. There's might be something in the word. No, it's hot mustard, I decided. She slathered it. Yes, there's the appearance of an impropriety. I'm concerned, Desiree, he spits out, about our community. The style of management at Blue River has been, and would this be about the warden? Because you know, District Attorney Van Leer, there's been a long prevailing sentiment in Butler, and outside of Butler, well, for that matter, that the Blue River Co-ed Correctional is a progressive and effective facility with the recidivism rate of 0.
You had trouble with that.
I did have trouble with that word, huh? Sometimes words that we don't see a lot, we have trouble with, and that's okay, even for experienced readers. Mm-hmm. And so, anyway, what I believe that means is like repeat offenders returning to prison. I think they're going to explain that a little bit as we keep going. Wow, Desiree dipped that 0 in caramel. The warden would love that. What's recidivism? Zoe nudges me. I whisper the answer quick as I can. Repeat offendings, returning to prison. Wow, so that's pretty amazing. So the people that come out of this correctional facility, 0% of them have returned. That's really amazing. Oh, she nods. Yeah, yes, but I'm not here to talk about that particular issue anyway. Thomas Van Leer puts up his hands and he taps his finger in his palm. Let's go back to the boy. We had to get him out of there, and with a very slim foster care system here in Butler County, I just felt I had to step up. I spoke with Robin, my wife, and she agreed that we would open our home and our hearts to him. I look up. Now Mrs. Samuels has her whole hand clamped tightly over her mouth. Clamped tightly over, so she's covering her mouth. And we're doing that, Mr. Van Leer continues. It's complicated, but for as long as he needs us, we will absolutely stand by him. We're making a difference. We're not quitters. Van Leer is stumbling on. Desiree is trying to wrap things up. I'm here to help him, Van Leer shifts awkwardly, lunging at the camera with his left side. I'll help him any way I can. He knows that. That's the last thing he gets to say. Desiree thanks him and starts talking her way to the commercial break. Mrs. Samuels breaks to the kitchen. Her spoon bangs. Pots clank and scrape in there. Okay, I think that's over, she says loudly. Want to shut that down now, Zoe, please? Yep, says Zoe as she points the remote, kills the power, and looks at me. That really stunk. Yeah, I say. But yay, you stayed cool. I'm looking for the win. I'm only on the outside, she said. I've decided I can't spend life in my bedroom. I grin and she laughs. Perry, aren't you ever going to, get furious? I shrug. I don't really have the chance to answer. Something's going on in the Van Leer kitchen. Zoe's mom rattles the cooking skillet. Dishes clank. I figure she's going to saute up a hailstorm. But when I glance in there, I see she's pushed all the little bowls of chopped food to the back of the counter. She's shut down the burner. She clears her throat. Get your jackets, you guys. Mom? Zoe looks over at the counter at her mother. We're going out. All right. She decided to go out to dinner. She was not feeling up to making dinner anymore. That was chapter 35.